Hi, I'm Cher Kieliszewski. I'd like to tell you a little bit about me and money. There are two things I heard regularly from my family when I was growing up. You better marry rich because you have this strange knack of being able to find the most expensive item in a store, anytime, any store, anywhere you go. And then the other one was, money burns a hole in your pocket. When I opened my first checking account at the age of 16, this was shortly after starting my first regular job as an employee as a grocery store clerk. I learned very, very quickly what an overdraft fee was and how costly they are. Now, you may or may not have experience with overdraft fees, but I learned very quickly that it is a very, very fast and expensive way to basically eat up most of my bi-weekly paycheck that was somewhere between $50 and $100, and my overdraft fee was $20 a pop. It was a tough lesson to learn as a young person, but I learned it quickly. So that was a long time ago, and things have changed considerably. I did not marry rich, and money no longer burns a hole in my pocket. But like many people, I am a constant work in progress. What I do have now has made a huge difference in my financial life. It is a number, a promise, and a path to generational wealth. If you'd like to learn more about these, I'd like to share them with you. So the number is what I call my wonderful life number. My wonderful life number is personal to me, and so I'm not going to reveal that number to you. And you might have one of these too, actually. And it should be personal to you. You don't have to reveal it to me. It is a number that places me and my family into financial independence. Yes, I said financial independence. Now, you might be wondering, what is financial independence? Well, it has a very simple, very, very simple definition. Financial independence is when going to a job becomes a choice instead of a requirement to live. Now, this wonderful life number is easier to determine than you might think, and it is often less than what people expect. Along with my number, I also made a promise to myself, and I wrote it down so I would see it every day. This promise is the commitment I made to myself to achieve my wonderful life number by a specific date. It was very specific. It had a number and it had a time frame. To let you know, this has been achieved and it is not impossible to do. For me, my experience, getting to my wonderful life number wasn't fast. It might be fast for you, but it wasn't fast for me. And it took time because I got in my own way a lot. Let me tell you how in a moment. But getting to my number wasn't impossible, and it wouldn't be impossible for you either. So a little true confession here. I wasn't a whiz with money growing up. I did not grow up in a wealthy family. And in fact, I was so bad with money that I had unwittingly wrecked my credit at one point in my life. I had racked up incredible credit card and student loan debt putting myself through school. And to add insult to injury, I should have known better because I actually worked for a financial advisor while I was an undergraduate and putting myself through school. Money and financial literacy and understanding was right in front of me, right there for the taking. But I didn't see it, at least not at the time. So fast forward in my life, I got a clue about credit, I got a handle on my personal finances, and I had a steady, well-paying job. However, financial independence was not a priority for me, And I thought I would basically take the path that my parents took. I'd get a job, I'd pay my bills, I'd save my money, and then I would retire. But not so. One day I had a serious shift in perspective. Actually, it felt more like a punch to the gut. On this day, I was investigating the question, when could I retire? You see, I had a well-paying job, and I was putting money away into a retirement account. But I was also getting really burned out at work and wanted to know how much longer would I have to be doing what I'm doing. Well, I did what many people do with this question. I used an online calculator to foresee my financial and leisure future. To my shock and bewilderment, this online retirement fortune teller told me I would have to continue working until I was well into my 70s. Well, as you can imagine, I had a few choice words to say to my financial fortune teller, and I thought, no way. So this realization sent me on a quest, a personal financial quest. It took an incredible amount of persistence, tenacity, and being okay with the unknown. In other words, it took a lot of courage. It took courage to get going and to stay on my quest. It felt a little bit like being parachuted into an unknown land and having to find my way back home. Along the way, I made mistakes, I overcame obstacles, and I had triumphs. During this journey is when I figured out my number, I made a promise to myself, and I followed a well-worn path to wealth, one that I had no knowledge of prior to this, and one that you might not have knowledge of either. The reason for starting my wealth quest is personal to me, and yours is personal to you. What I learned while on my quest is that a path has already been laid by others, and it's there to be followed. It is not luck or magic. It is not get rich quick, and it is not hard to do. But the path does take the courage to get started and to stay with it. You might be like me. I did not grow up with wealth. I made a lot of money mistakes in my life. I was afraid I'd never be able to retire from my job. And I thought I'd be miserable and worried about money forever. If this sounds like you, or if you want to learn more about how to create your own personal path to wealth, then I invite you to start your quest with me as your guide to getting started to create financial independence for you and for those you care about. Hope to see you around. If my story sounds familiar to you, or you're interested in building your own wealth, please like this video and click the subscribe button for more about how to pursue your personal wealth quest. Thank you and talk to you soon. Bye.